Hey everyone, it's Sammy from Push Square, and I've played through Horizon Zero Dawn: The Frozen Wilds, which is the new expansion pack for Guerrilla's uber popular RPG. So I'm going to review that in this video, but before I get into my impressions, please do like this video and subscribe to the channel because we have lots of great PS4 content going up every week and I think it's well worth checking out. With that said, let's talk The Frozen Wilds.
My people have been telling tales of your accomplishments. Seems you have taken a special interest in our stretch of snow, Outlander.
Yes. And apparently this is the only way I'll get to see all of it.
Is this a challenge?
So if it wasn't for a couple of Nintendo franchises doing what they do best, Horizon Zero Dawn would definitely be a frontrunner for Game of the Year awards all around the globe. And while that opening sentence may seem negative, it's actually anything but. I mean, who could have predicted that Guerrilla Games would rebound from the safe but largely unspectacular Killzone franchise with such panache? Aloy's inaugural adventure was a triumph in both world building and combat design, and even though it kinda fell into traditional open world trappings at times, it still had more than enough personality to stand out in a genre dominated by cookie-cutter collectathons. So The Frozen Wilds sees the Dutch developer return to its post-apocalyptic well for a good old-fashioned expansion pack, and it serves more than enough tribal action to satisfy even the most robust robot hunter's appetite. So this content is set to the northeast of the main map in the snowy Banuk territory known as the Cut, and the additional storyline sees Aloy once again embroiled in local politics as the painterly Werax of the Winter Wonderland face a fresh threat on their society by way of an erupting volcano named the Thunderdrum. So it's down to the strong-willed starlet to solve all of the problems and learn a thing or two about the world that she inhabits in the process. So while you can pick up the new questline midway through the main campaign, it's not really advised, at least I don't advise it anyway. This is a tough piece of post-release content with some of the fiercest enemies you'll have faced thus far. Some old favourites return in demonic form and they're possessed and more aggressive than ever before, while there's also a sprinkling of new faces and they're going to make you want to weep. In particular is the Fireclaw, a new behemoth of a brute that perhaps best resembles a bear, and this will push your combat skills to their very limits as you tussle with its devastating roster of attacks in the hopes of bringing it down. Fortunately, you'll stumble upon a few fresh tools in order to help you to go about your business. There are a trio of new staffs with ice, fire and electric elemental powers, and they can be upgraded by completing specific fetch quests. There's also heavily upgraded versions of some of the main game's best bows, but you'll need to collect Blue Gleam, which is a kind of new currency, in order to trade for them, so don't think that you're going to be able to purchase them off the bat from your Platinum Trophy run. The quests are much more rewarding this time around, with the trickle of unlocks and upgrades constant from start to finish. Unfortunately, it does feel like Guerrilla's a little bit stumped about what to add, so there's a new skill tree, but most of the unlocks offer inconsequential upgrades to your adventure, like 20% additional inventory space or the ability to loot while you're mounted. It's cool that the developers made the effort, but you do definitely get the sense that it's a little thin on ideas for the time being. But that's not to say that this add-on is creatively bankrupt at all. The storyline is well told and it really complements the main campaign, and while it does fall on some narrative cliches, it's wholly pleasant and a fun ride. Furthermore, I think the handful of side quests feel even meatier this time around, with better supporting cast members and much more varied design. One even plays a little like an Uncharted level with an AI sidekick accompanying you through the whole thing. And I mean, artistically, the cut is, well, a cut above. Guerrilla's really gone to town with its Blizzard tech, but it contrasts the harsh winter environments with glittering sunsets that segue into rainbow-coloured auroras. The new landscape isn't enormous, but it's packed with imagination. There's an underground water filter system installed by the old ones, and that's leveraged as a kind of makeshift musical instrument by the Banuk, while the volcano itself sheds a little more light on key narrative beats. For as gorgeous as it all undeniably looks though, the soundtrack stands out the most, and it's led by some superb electronic ambience music that really sets the tone. So it'll take you a good 15 hours to beat the primary new quest lines, and frankly you're looking at closer to the 20-hour mark if you want to engage with all of the busy work to boot, which is very agreeable when you consider the price that the developer's flogging this for. The blow is a bit boring, and gathering up new collectibles, even though they are given narrative grounding, is kinda tiresome, but any excuse to stay in this world a little longer before Guerrilla inevitably gets to work on a sequel is welcome as far as I'm concerned. So Horizon Zero Dawn delivers a timely reminder of why it should be a Game of the Year candidate with the Frozen Wilds. This sizable selection of snowy quests expands upon an already excellent campaign with a decent new storyline and plenty of fresh exposition. While it is by its very nature more of the same, it's hard to complain when the foundations are already so strong. But let me know whether you're going to pick up this expansion pack in the comments section below. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel for much more PS4 content, and until next time, thank you so much for watching.